Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, December 9th, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Brooklyn Nets vs Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks have struggled of late as they have been unable to put together a cohesive performance. Watch for an update on Murray, because if he were to miss any kind of time, that would be a huge blow for Atlanta going forward. Meanwhile, the Nets are playing good basketball of late and they are getting healthy with the pending returns of Simmons, along with Watanabe. Brooklyn has to avoid the stretches of complacency like we saw in the second half against the Hornets. With that said, Atlanta is sliding right now and dealing with injuries that could impact 3/5 of their starting 5. Look for Brooklyn to take advantage of home court advantage and better health to deliver a victory here. Take Brooklyn Nets -5 points. Atlanta enters this contest ranked 9th in pace of play. That number will certainly take a hit with the injury to Dejounte Murray, and Atlanta will adopt a more half-court centric approach, incorporating some of their bigs in the action. Brooklyn is 25th in pace, and they have been a much more efficient defensive club this season. Entering this game, they are 16th in defensive rating. Sure, that number seems mediocre, but with the way they were playing defense toward the end of last season, that is a good sign. They are struggling on the glass, but Atlanta does not have anyone that can dominate inside, considering they will likely be without John Collins. Take the under with confidence. Cleveland Cavaliers vs Sacramento Kings. Sacramento is coming suffered a lopsided loss to the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday in a game they were trailing 97-94 after 3, but were then outscored 29-19 in the fourth for Milwaukee to get the win. In the game, they were led by Domantas Sabonis, who had a double-double with 23 points and 12 rebounds, while Harrison Barnes had 20. The other 3 starters also had double-digit points as Keegan Murray and De'Aaron Fox had 15, while Kevin Huerter had 13. Off the bench, Malik Monk had 16 points. Cleveland is currently 16-9 and in 3rd place in the East and is an incredible 11-1 at home, as the Cavs have been one of the best teams in the NBA. This season, they have been led by Donovan Mitchell, who's averaging 29 ppg, while Darius Garland is averaging 22.2, while Evan Mobley is averaging 14.7, and Jarrett Allen is averaging a double-double with 14.1 ppg and 10.8 rebounds. They are currently averaging 111.5 ppg, which ranks 18th, while defensively they allow just 104.9 ppg, which ranks 1st in the NBA. The Cleveland Cavaliers are so good at home, while the Sacramento Kings as they play a different style of basketball and play with a higher pace. Although Sacramento is healthy, they don't match up well with the Cavs have a ton of weapons offensively and defensively. The Cavs are the best team in the NBA. The way the Kings have won games is to outpace teams and just outscore them, but Cleveland has just as good, if not better offense than the Kings, while they also have a much better defense. On the road, this season, Sacramento is just 4-7 against the spread. Take the Cavs here. The Kings are currently 13-10 and in 5th place in the West, but are 5-6 on the road as they are much better at home. As a team, they have been led by Fox, who's averaging 22.8 ppg, while Sabonis is averaging 17, Huerter is averaging 15.4, and Monk is chipping in with 14.8. Sacramento has been led by its offense as they rank 4th in offensive rating at 116.4 ppg, which ranks 4th, while they are averaging 119.3 ppg in 2nd. Defensively, they allow 116 ppg, which ranks 23rd. The under is the way to go in this game, as Cavs have a great defense that should be able to limit Sacramento's offense. The Cavs also love slowing down games as they play at a pace of 98.2, which is 29th in the NBA. The Kings do play at a pace of 102.1, which ranks 8, even with possessions it will be hard to get baskets. Along with that, in the Cavs' last 10 games, the games are averaging just 202.1 ppg, while the Kings are averaging 233.6 ppg. However, the Kings haven't played a defense like the Cavaliers, which is why I like the under here. Cleveland will get out to an early lead and force Sacramento to take bad shots against a great defense, as there won't be too many early looks. Take the under. Philadelphia 76ers vs Los Angeles Lakers. Los Angeles got off to a disastrous start this season, losing 10 of its first 12 games. The Lakers were able to avoid spiraling completely out of control by winning 8 of their next 10 contests, with the 2 losses coming to Phoenix and Indiana. They will be looking to start a new winning streak on Friday night after losing to Cleveland and Toronto earlier this week. Los Angeles is playing the 5th game of a 6-game road trip that concludes with a game in Detroit on Sunday night. The Lakers were extremely shorthanded on Friday night as LeBron James, ankle, and Anthony Davis, flu, were both sidelined. Philadelphia is now riding its second 3-game losing streak of the season, with its first one coming against Boston, Milwaukee and San Antonio in its first 3 games of the year. The 76ers won 12 of their next 18 games before their current losing skid. They have lost to Cleveland, Memphis and Houston in their 3 games since then. Philadelphia's James Harden struggled through his return from injury on Monday in the double overtime loss to the Rockets, shooting just 4 of 19 from the floor. Harden was originally supposed to be on a minutes restriction, but he wound up playing 39 minutes. They were also without point guard Patrick Beverley, knee, and power forward Wenyen Gabriel, shoulder. Small forward Juan Toscano Anderson started Wednesday's game against Toronto before going down with an ankle injury that is going to sideline him indefinitely. James, Davis and Beverley are all listed as game-time decisions for this contest. James and Davis are averaging more than 50 combined points per game, while Lonnie Walker-IV and Russell Westbrook are scoring more than 30 points per game. The Lakers are number 12 offensively, averaging 114.2 points per contest. They are facing a Philadelphia defense that is number 2, allowing 107.6 points. This is a tricky game to handicap due to the 3 key injuries that Los Angeles is dealing with. It is rare to see the top 2 scorers on a team both listed as game-time decisions, but that is what the Lakers are having to face right now. Odds makers are going to wait for some clarity on that front before releasing a line, but I am going to back Philadelphia either way. The 76ers have covered the spread in 8 of their last 12 games and have won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these teams. Harden is not going to shoot as poorly as he did on Monday night, as he had to shake off some rust after a long absence. He has had 3 days to rest after playing nearly 40 minutes in that game, so I expect a strong showing from him in primetime on Friday. Philadelphia has covered the spread in 7 straight home games, and the Lakers are playing their 5th road game in a row. Take Philadelphia. To nobody's surprise, Philadelphia ranks 28th in pace entering this matchup with the Lakers. James Harden's return to the lineup will certainly uptick that number in the coming weeks, but this offense still flows through Joel Embiid. Los Angeles is 3rd in pace, but with Philadelphia having 4 days off and returning home after a tough loss, they will control the tempo in this game. Philadelphia is at .500, but they have been excellent on the defensive end. Entering this game, they are 4th in defensive rating. The total is set at an inflated number, but trust Embiid and Harden to slow down and control the game. Take this one to go under.